Hello, everybody. My name's Cody Spurlock, and today I'm joined with
Payten Dodson.
And today we're going to try to find out what's so special about Payten Dodson. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you, what makes you special?
I would say my style is kind of unique. A lot of people don't really dress like how I do at Nickerson, at least.
So your style. Where do you draw your inspiration for?
A girl off of Instagram named Gio.
And when did that? When did you adopt this current style?
I kind of went online my first semester, and it just kind of like, I don't know. I just kind of started getting more into like how I dress.
And that actually, when you went online, right? What made you decide to come back?
Partly soccer, and then partly I just kind of wanted to do esthetician only, and I just missed high school.
You missed high school?
I missed the people and everything.
Oh, so is that your favorite part about high school is the people, or?
Yeah, like the people, and then just like the environment, kind of, and the sports.
So you talk about soccer. When did you start playing soccer?
Okay, well, I kind of started playing like my 7th grade year, and then I would just go to practices, and then I actually started playing 8th grade year for like a club team, and then I just started with high school.
And how's that going for you?
Good, it's going good.
What position in soccer do you play?
I play the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper, and I don't know anything about soccer. I'm not going to pretend. I even played, back in the day.
Did you really?
I played in Hutch Rec League soccer, and
oh,
I was
my
pretty good.
Goodness.
I was pretty good, but I didn't get to play goalie.
What position did you play?
I guess.
Midfield?
Nope.
Forward. I can see you just tackling people and striking the ball.
And most people who know soccer, forward isn't usually the position for a big slow guy. It's not. But I lost the goalie position to somebody who was a bit bigger and had a bit worse asthma than I, because that's how we determined who got to play goalie. Was who was the biggest, slowest kid, and it just so happened the one time it's not me, is the one time I wanted it to be me, but I played forward instead.
I bet you were good though. Like I bet you scored all the points.
I was a dog at soccer. But that's just me. I'm a dog at everything I do. But for soccer, is that something that you would want to do outside of high school?
I mean, I haven't really thought about that, but it would be nice. But I mostly want to be an esthetician, so like that's what I'm gonna start like doing and everything.
No, go ahead and explain, like
An
what
esthetician?
that. Yeah.
So basically, it's like the people that do like wax, like they can wax your eyebrows, like the facials and everything. I just think that's fun. I would like to do that. Basically, your skin.
And do you go to school for that, or is that?
I'm planning on going to Lawrence.
To Lawrence, like KU specifically, or one of the tech schools they have over there?
Probably one of the tech schools, not KU specifically, but yeah.
Lawrence. I bring up KU. Are you a sports fan? You pay attention to sports teams?
I mean, not really. Actually,
No.
not really.
No.
No.
I was just.
Do you?
A little bit. I like K-State. I like K-State a lot, but I was hoping that you were gonna say KU or K-State, so I could either make fun of you if you're a KU fan.
My sister was a KU fan.
Yeah.
My dad's a K-State fan.
Your dad's a K-State fan?
Yeah.
So I think I'd get along with your dad a little bit better than your sister.
No, it's Haley.
Oh, who? Which
Haley.
one? Haley? See, I don't think I've met that one, because I met McKenna, who went here, and obviously you. Is there other siblings? No, just those three.
Yeah.
I bring up McKenna. What was it like going to school with an older sibling?
I actually liked it. I enjoyed it sometimes. Sometimes it was like, oh, you're McKenna's little sister. Like, that's kind of just what I got called, but it was nice. I liked having a sibling.
Do you think she helped you throughout your
No.
year? No?
No.
She didn't help you?
Because, okay, we're like two different people. Like, we're not the same person at all. And so we just didn't really have classes together. That was the time we weren't really, like, close. I would say, like, now we're more
after high school.
Yeah, because, like, all my sisters, we're moving to Lawrence, actually, together.
So. Oh, you're all moving to Lawrence. Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've talked about it on here before with Bella, actually, about the sibling, about how siblings interact in schools, and it's always different.
Yeah.
It's always a fun. It's not always fun. It's not. I'm not gonna pretend it's always
you
fun.
have a sibling here
I do.
Too.
Yeah. I have. There's Riley here, and then and I've talked about this before. We don't get confused for each other. We don't get it. Sometimes Riley's seen as Cody's brother.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not even know that you guys were siblings.
Yeah, we're pretty much polar opposites. I'm bigger, slower. He's a bit quicker, smaller. He's a bit taller than me now. That was hard. That was a hard adjustment when he became taller. I'm not a short guy.
I'm taller. I'm taller than all my siblings.
And it's not. I'm not a short person. I'm 6 foot on the dot. My doctor says I'm 5'11" and 3/4. So I'm right there. But he just hit the growth spurt. But I was saying we're polar opposites. I'm smart. He's Riley. I'm good at the things I do, and he's Riley. So there's a few differences there. But I didn't have any older siblings to go to Nickerson, and I've talked about this before. But that sibling connection is always interesting going through high school, because I think me and Riley have gotten closer since going into high school. I mean, I pretend he didn't exist before. So,
I was gonna say, I feel like going to high school with your sibling actually does bring you closer to them.
Yeah, I mean, you have more day-to-day interaction, because I'm not home very often, so I don't really talk to him outside. But and then there's also just like we do similar things. We both wrestle and whatnot, and the sibling connection is always an interesting one. But beyond sibling connections, you have another person who goes here, who's related to you. How is that, having a parent in the building?
A parent in the building, that's something else. That's like always knowing my business. Like,
I couldn't imagine having a parent in the building.
It's definitely something. Like, I'm always like watching what I do, because I just know that my mom, she's like always behind the corner, around the corner. I'll literally run into her in the bathroom. Like, it's weird. I'm in high school and I'm running into my mom in the bathroom.
Yeah, I can't
what is
imagine.
Going on?
I could not imagine even. My mom has never. I don't think my mom has ever been in this building. Actually, aside from when she went here.
What about parent-teacher conferences?
Never.
Really?
Never going to parent-teacher conferences. I'm trying to think back. She hasn't. She's been in on the football field, but that's it. Like that's the extent of it.
I mean, I don't blame her. I would not.
Aside from she went here for like 2 weeks. Back in the 90s, early 2000s. So she's never been here. So I couldn't imagine running into a parent while going here, especially with how often I get in trouble. Shot.
I'm just glad that she's not a teacher, so like I didn't have her, like, because I really don't have her in my classes. It's just like I see her around the hallways and people are like, oh, that's Miss Dodson? That's your mom? Yes, that's my mom.
Yeah, I could not imagine having a parent in the building. So it's interesting to see how, do you guys ever talk about, school at home?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time?
All the time. We'll talk about people. But like, obviously I don't like tell other people, but like, it's definitely, it makes me closer to my mom, because then I'm like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. But sometimes a little distance away from parents is a good thing. And I think
that's why I'm like, don't like to be home, because I see her in school every single day, and I'm just like, Mom, I love you, but I've had enough of you for today. Like, this is good.
Besides, your family, what else do you do at high school? You do soccer? Is there anything else?
I don't know. I kind of just talk to the teachers.
Who's your favorite teacher? But besides, I guess Miss Dodson isn't a teacher, but we'll exclude her from this one.
Yeah.
Favorite staff here at NHS?
My favorite staff would be Officer Allen.
Officer Allen?
He's so funny. I have a handshake with him.
Funny looking. Kidding. That was a joke, Officer Allen, if you're watching. But Officer Allen?
Yeah. He's nice. Like, he'll get, like, he gets his business done, and obviously, but, like, he's nice. He jokes around with the students. I feel like he has a good relationship with the students, even though he's, like, the officer.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking back on it, I've never had a negative interaction with Officer Allen, which, you know, if you guys know me, like, I've had a negative interaction with just about every teacher in the building, you know. Even me missed out at one point of time, but
really?
you know, I mean,
what grade was that? When?
Oh, that's probably when I was a sophomore. I was just running my mouth. A big surprise there, but no, obviously, you know, now we all get along. Me and every teacher get along now. Almost every teacher get along now. But besides Officer Allen, who else?
Miss Nichols or
Miss
Stout. That's
Miss Nichols and Miss
tie.
Stout.
Miss Nichols, she's really nice. I love Miss Nichols. Like,
yeah, she's okay. I'm kidding.
I love Miss Nichols though. She's so cute.
She's you know, she's having a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a girl.
I think it's gonna be a boy. I'm like, and not only do I think I know that it's going to be a boy. Yep.
How do you know?
So Miss Nichols, right? We were at FPLA last night, and she says.
Did she say a hint?
No, it wasn't a hint. We're talking about the kid, and somebody brings up, you know, what if your daughter is something like this? I don't even remember what it was, and she goes, well, if I had a daughter, was her initial reaction. What do you mean if you had a daughter? You know, if you say if, but it was such like a fast reaction too. There's no way she thought about it. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, I think it's gonna be a boy.
I think she deserves a girl. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I think she would make a good boy mom.
I feel like she would make a good boy mom too, but like, she deserves a girl. Like, I could see her like putting bows in her hair. Like, it's Miss Nichols.
It's gonna be a boy, and it should be named Cody. That's my personal opinion. I don't think her and Ricky are gonna go for that, but you know, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But you know, besides Miss Nichols, what about Miss Stout? You brought her up.
Miss Stout, she's been like my number one teacher since freshman year. She's like, even when I wasn't in high school, like, she would let me, because I had older sisters, like, I obviously was already connected in with the high school, and since my mom worked here, like, I would have to come here after elementary school, after middle school and everything. So, like, Miss Stout would always let me take photos at the basketball games, like, when I was in middle school and everything. So I just have, like, I feel like I have a connection to Miss Stout.
Yeah. You know, I was actually just thinking about that. You know, you came up here, you know, a lot before you were in high school. You even did the musicals in middle school, right?
I did Pinocchio and then...
Pinocchio?
No, the one that I did my 8th grade year, I don't know what that was.
Oh.
It was like...
Was that Seven Brides?
Yeah, was that Seven Brides for Seven Brothers? Or was that the tech one?
It was with like...
The swap?
No, I think
that was like Madison Onchus's like group and everything. It was like with the dress. I don't know. I remember I had to wear like a purple dress. I had to have pigtails because there were kids in it.
I remember watching it. I definitely remember watching it. And then in high school, did you go and try to do it your freshman year? Because I know it got canceled, but I don't remember. It was Green Willow?
I don't think so.
No?
I know I was in 2. I just can't remember which ones. Because I know he only asked me because McKenna was in the musical. Yeah. And so he was like wanting to do siblings almost. Because Ayla was also in it.
Yeah. And I remember, I did the musicals throughout the 4 years I was here. And I was always looking at watching the ones as a middle schooler and as an elementary schooler and being like, wow, I want to do that. And then middle school was like, wait, there's people I know in this. And you know, pretty big difference. I didn't step foot into the high school beyond the front office more once until I actually got into high school.
Were you scared?
No, I just never, I live in South Hutch, never really had a reason to go to the high school.
I was absolutely terrified walking in the high school when I was a middle schooler and elementary schooler. No, thank you.
I was always looking forward to high school. I remember in elementary school, I would argue with my teachers. I'd be like, none of these grades matter, right? It's elementary school. None of these grades matter. When I get into middle school, I'll start taking care of them. And then middle school.
Did you?
No, in middle school, I would argue with my teachers like, this is middle school. None of my grades matter until I get into high school. And then when I was in high school, I was like, wait a second, I still don't care about my grades. And so I didn't start getting my grades in order until I was a junior. Like my freshman, sophomore years, I failed classes. And that's just crazy because there's no reason to fail here. I feel like there's a lot of help that you could get. I just chose not to. I mean, that's pretty much it.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
There's always like, and I think that's the hardest part about being an underclassman is it's so easy to blame the teachers or people in the class. Like, being a freshman in freshman algebra, I used to blame Miss Beard that I failed that class.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not gonna lie, you know what's probably more the reason I failed that class? The fact that I nonstop talked in it. Never paid attention to math once. I think I probably did one piece of homework my second semester. I just slept and I talked, and then I had the audacity to like blame Miss Beard that I failed the class when in reality it's probably the fact I didn't do anything at all.
I was gonna say I didn't do anything either. I don't know how I passed if I'm being honest.
The first semester when they double weighted our finals, I passed that because my little secret, I'm great at math. Like, when I was a freshman, I didn't do any of the homework in first or second semester, but first semester, I got 96% on my final. Didn't do anything before that, and then just aced the final, and they double weighted it. I went from a low F to a high C, and that was just it.
I wish I had smarts like that, because what is that?
No, but it's so easy to blame. Like, in the second semester, I didn't even take the final. I put my name on it. I turned it in and I slept the rest of the time.
No, because I tried to fit everything on those, because she would only let us have a note card. And so I tried to fit everything on that note card from the test review.
I can't do notes at all. I can't do notes to get ready for a test. I don't take notes in classes.
Miss Spears?
No, I don't like, they just don't help me. Everything like that it's weird. So if I write it down, if I think about writing it down, I'll remember it. There's no point in taking a note. Like in government, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dodson has us take a bunch of notes.
I haven't had Dodson yet.
Oh, you haven't? Do you not have?
I took government my first semester, and that was online.
Oh, yeah, she smart because Dodson has a lot of part of government is just taking notes, but literally me thinking about taking a note, I'll just remember the content anyways. So there's no point in taking a note.
That makes sense.
But
that just means you have a photogenic memory.
It's close. I always call it a photographic memory, right? It doesn't always work. I forget things all the time, but it's things that I want to remember. I remember, and that helps me in social studies a lot more than math, because math is more just filling in equations. But that's probably my biggest gift, but also one of my greatest weaknesses. I get over reliant on it. Mm-hmm. And then I just I don't need to pay attention. I'll be fine. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, and then it's come time to figure it out, and sometimes I don't figure it out. But
see, I can't remember anything. I genuinely, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how. I just can't remember. And I can't take notes either. I'm like you. I can't take notes. Notes are the worst. And then my hand cramps up too much.
Yes, my handwriting is terrible. Right, I have dysgraphia. I write my letters backwards and stuff. I write numbers backwards. I get my 9s and my P's, my B's and the D's. I get everything. Mixed up. Everything gets mixed up, and so I'm trying to read my own handwriting.
I'm gonna make you write my name now because I have a P in my name.
Oh my goodness, no! It's gonna be 9. It's gonna look like a 9, and then it'll be when I get to Dodson, it'll be Botson. I'm telling you.
People actually call me Dodson with a T all the time.
Oh, is it Dawson? or
Dodson.
Dodson.
D-O-D.
D-O-D. Dodson.
And they think I'm saying like dots and it's like a T, and I'm like, no.
Anybody call you Dawson?
No,
not yet.
And I'm honestly.
It'll start now. Just because we're talking about it, you're gonna leave here and people are gonna call you. Oh, hi, Miss Dawson.
That's not funny. It's not funny. No hate. Just get my last name right.
Yeah, my last name's easy to pronounce. Nice Spurlock. You know,
Spurlock. That's so much fun to say. It just gives me like Romeo and Juliet vibes. Like
and then my name has a lot of consonants in it, so it's Cody Jack Spurlock. So
Jack is your middle name.
My middle name is Jack. I guess I just realized I just dropped the official announcement of my middle name.
I didn't know your middle name. I didn't know it was Jack.
Yeah, Cody it's Jack. It's after my grandfather.
That's like Colby Jack.
Oh
Colby
my goodness!
Jack
no,
is
fun
the best
story.
Cheese.
This is according to my aunt and my grandma, so I'm not sure how true it is. But
were you named after Colby Jack?
No. I was almost named Colby though. The cheese is what prevented it because my mom was like, "Oh, let's do Colby instead of Cody," and then somebody must have brought up that's Colby Jack, and that
I couldn't see you as a Colby though.
No,
I see you as a
goodness,
Cody.
yeah, I could not imagine if my name wasn't Cody. I love my name now, and then Colby. Ugh.
Hey, I don't like it.
No, I don't like Colby.
I don't like it. I would call you Colby Jack.
Yeah, I mean, it would be hard not to. I mean, Colby Jack, cheese. That's
cheese.
It. That's what it is, and I don't want my name to be cheese. that's not what I want for myself.
Okay, but at least it's good cheese.
Okay, so I accidentally said mine, but what's your middle name?
Lorene.
Lorene? Mm-hmm. I felt like I knew that.
I was named after my grandma.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, Lorene. That's a good middle name.
I know, Payten Lorene. It's like not like an ugly middle name, God bless, but it's also like still unique.
Yeah, it's not one of those that you have to hide, but it's not like Rayanne or every girl. it felt Rayanne feels like every middle name of like
Renee
or
Ray like
or have even I also. This is a weird opinion, but having a first name as a middle name is not. I don't like that. And
yours is.
It's close, but I feel like Jack isn't really a common first name anymore for kids.
Jack Daniels.
Well, like I said, for kids, Jack isn't that common of a first name anymore. But some people have like really common middle names, like Emma. Or a Daniel as the middle name. I always felt that was weird.
I think that Daniel as a middle name is weird because
it's such a first name.
Yes,
it's such a first name. I think middle names are good names to be named after someone to kind of like pay homage to somebody or show some type of respect towards somebody, and that's why being named after a grandparent's so common. You were named after your grandma. I was named after my grandpa, and that's what I think middle names are really for.
Oh well, now I feel bad for making fun of the middle
name.
No,
Jack. I think his real name was Jackie. Oh. So and from what I never met him, but from what I hear from stories, he did not like that name. He was he was a Korean War vet. And they would call Jackie out on that like mail, and he would get mad. So Jackie is not. I think that was his actual first name, but I don't think he liked Jackie. So and I'm thankful my middle name's not
Jack.
Yeah.
I would tell people
I'm thankful
it's
my
Jack.
mom decided to name me Jack instead of Jackie because I could Cody Jackie Spurlock. It would mess with the entire flow of my name.
It kind of would.
Because it's the consonant. That's what I like about my name is it's nice. It flows well.
And Spurlock is just fun to say.
Yeah, Spurlock. A lot of
said that at the same time.
Yeah, a lot of people in forensics and specifically Congress will like to make a little joke about their last name because. In Congress, we do this role playing, and so I'm Senator Spurlock, which you try to make a joke about it, but I can't really think of a joke.
You better become senator at least. Like,
yeah, Senator Spurlock sounds cool.
For how much you debate, you better become a senator or something.
No, I should. I feel like I should just go and like I don't know, be a. One thing I've gotten into sports broadcasting.
I could see you doing that.
I could do that. I could go to a Chiefs game and just get to travel around, something like that.
I would K-State game.
K-State game would be cool. Yeah, I would love to do that. That would be fun.
I feel like you would be good at that because you just know the team too.
Yeah, I mean, it would take a little bit of studying, right? I don't keep up on my unless they're doing well. I don't like basketball really. I'm not a big basketball fan. So like, when I talk about K-State's basketball team, I like K-State and I want them to win, but I'm not going to watch a basketball game.
I mean, you do play football too.
Yeah, and so football season, I'll pay attention to football teams. And I like that. It's because I like the game. But like even in I like kayaking. I don't watch kayaking or rowing. I don't watch rowing. But if K-State's rowing team is competing, I still want them to win.
Okay.
I don't.
You like K-State that much? Yeah, he thinks about the rowing team.
I don't watch rowing, but I want them to win. So that's kind of my thing with basketball. It's like even here, I'll watch basketball games here just because like I am here, but. I'm not a big basketball fan. I still want our boys to win. I still want our girls to win. Basketball's not for me, and it's probably because I used to wrestle, and so wrestlers always hate basketball because we're not good enough to play it. That's why we wrestle, or some of us are actually good at wrestling, and that's why they did it. But there's always that love-hate there with wrestling and basketball, but.
I think the rowing the boat thing is cool though.
Rowing, yeah, you gotta be an athlete.
My arms would get so
tired. Oh my god, yeah, the endurance it would take to row. I mean, I talk about endurance. Soccer takes a lot of endurance too. I guess for the goalie, you kind of get a little, you get a bit more breaks than everyone else. But I remember last year when they hosted those like the scrimmages. I went out there.
Oh my goodness, he was breaking people's ankles on the field.
I was gassed though after playing. I was tired. It's a tiring game.
It is very tiring, especially if you play midfield because you're just running back and forth and back and forth.
And then soccer at this size of school is a bit more difficult than others because if we look at like the teams you play, there are a lot of 5A schools, 6A schools,
playing for a long time.
Yeah, and like you guys play like Great Bend, the Wichita schools.
In my freshman year, we had 2 subs.
And then the only schools that are really our size that play are private schools, and then they've been playing for a long time and have like nice facilities and whatnot, and so it's difficult to play soccer at this level. I don't think that necessarily gets talked about because sometimes soccer. Sometimes we lose games, and it's like, that sucks, obviously, but then you look at it, it's like, well, we almost beat a 6A school, or like, or it's like, we may have lost, but, that's a 5A school, or that's a private school, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's even cooler, it's like, didn't we beat Great Bend last year? Great Bend's, in comparison to us, massive school.
Yeah.
Like I think they're a 5A school. So
I mean, we didn't do bad last year.
Yeah,
I feel like each year, like we just kind of grow more and more. Like we just.
Yeah, just building.
Or the other teams just get worse and worse. I don't know.
That's always an option.
I don't know what it. I think part of it is that.
That's the weirdest. That's the weirdest thing about being in high school though is you don't see yourself grow that much, but then you get really good at certain things. It's like, am I getting better or is everyone else just worse? Like, being a freshman, in football, for example, we lost every game that year.
Yeah.
And I look back at the seniors there, and in my head, there's still these massive, super tall, super strong guys. But then, I think about it, and then I see them now. It's like, well, you guys are still like strong, but super tall.
Yeah.
Like when I was a freshman, I was a bit shorter than Alex Yacht. I don't think people would call Alex Yacht a super tall guy, and so it's like the weird thing about growing up in high school is just like you like put seniors when you were younger on a pedestal, and then you kind of grow and don't put yourself on that same pedestal. So
that was deep.
You don't put yourself on the same pedestal, so it's weird. You don't know, are you good or is everyone else worse?
I think everyone else just got worse.
Really?
Because I don't know how. I really don't practice.
No,
So, like,
I get that. I don't, like, in forensics, for example, I don't practice forensics anymore.
I guess it just comes naturally. I mean,
it just sometimes, when you do something for a long time, practicing it changes. Like, sometimes just, like, thinking about something is enough to get better at it. And then, sometimes you have to really drill at one thing. But are you looking forward to this season then?
I'm actually I'm so excited for this.
Very excited.
Mm-hmm.
You're hoping to. What are your goals? Like, do you have a set goal for this season?
Honestly, set goal win at least 3 or 2 games. I know that's kind of a low standard, but like.
Hey, setting low goals
Gotta
just means
do
when you
what
beat
you gotta
them,
do.
you
Exactly,
beat them.
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with setting a low goal. Honestly, I mean, you could set multiple goals too, which is that's kind of what I like to do is go into a tournament and always have that as just like I want to win this tournament. I want to get first, and then obviously my goal is to eventually win state and then go to nationals and win nationals. Am I probably gonna win nationals? Maybe not. Maybe not.
Who knows?
Who knows? But like, setting the little goals on your way to your bigger ones. Even if sometimes they feel unrealistic. Going into the football season, my goal is win state. That was probably never in our hand. That was probably never in the deck of cards for us. I still set the goal though. I mean, and sometimes like in Scholars Bowl, my goal was to just like, place at a few tournaments and then place at CKL. And then we almost go to state. We get 4th in regional. So sometimes we have that you set a goal and then you surpass it. And then when you surpass your goals, it just it feels a little nicer. Because if you get 5 wins, well, your goal was 2 or 3.
I know, and I'm pretty sure last year we got more than 2 or 3.
Yeah, and so
like that's the thing.
You're on your way to achieving your goal. So as we approach the end of our conversation here, when I first asked you what was special about you, you said your style, and your style, it's pretty clean. Your style's clean. I won't lie. Definitely not the normal style for.
It's really not. I showed up to
not.
school in khakis, guys. This school does not know girls in khakis.
Yeah,
they don't know.
This
girls
is
in khakis.
a sweatpants, jeans, and basketball short kind of school. And, I mean, that's what it is. So.
And I just like the streetwear. I like the streetwear.
Yeah,
it's nice.
And so overall, I thank you for talking with me today. And when we talk about what makes you special, it's not just your style in terms of your outfits. It's how you look at it. It's how you look at our high school, and you have a unique experience there with being a part of it, being a part of the high school specifically for a lot longer than some of us. And so you have an interesting perspective, an interesting story, and good luck with your soccer season.
Thank you.
And it's good to have you back.
Don't you play baseball?
Maybe my knees hurt if I come back with baseball.
His knees hurt.
I tore my ACL. Yeah,
I forgot. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I tore my ACL. It's not like my knee
so
hurts.
sorry.
No, it's okay. No, my ACL scar is small too, so it's hard to notice.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, it's like that. It's literally like that.
Hey,
you see some of the other ACL scars.
Everyone counts on the field. So
if I come back, I'll come back, do what I normally do, just hit absolute bombs.
Yeah.
But thank you for having our conversation today. And I think we were pretty much able to really find out, what you bring to the table, what makes you special. And it's good to have you back in building. I'm glad you came back from online. And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning in. We'll have more episodes with you tomorrow.